Okay, so now we have to plan this stupid route using the Beeline app. Now, can you turn your microphone on so I can hear you?
Hey, Cardo, unmute microphone.
Oh, you are on. Oh, okay. So, where are we going? Corvallis?
Sure.
Okay. How the hell do I do it? What button do I press? Okay, stop that. And red. So far I'm not really impressed with this application, to be honest. Home. Plan ride. Where to? Corvallis. Corvallis, 64 miles. Now, the big question is, do you want to go fast or do you want to have fun?
Fun.
Right? Alright. Is that more fun than the other way? Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, so we're out on our way to Corvallis, Oregon. And I'm using the Beeline Moto II to get us there. As you saw, I put in directions in the app. And I said, go to Corvallis. And I said, take the fun route. And so far, I'm not saying it's not fun. I'm not like, I'm not throwing a party. But I'm not bored either. So, get that going for me. The app isn't wonderful, but it's a lot better than, let's say, Triumph's app that they built for the Tiger 900 navigation system, which is absolute and utter crap. In comparison, the Beeline app is quite nice. It lets you do point to point. It lets you build routes based on waypoints. It lets you do all kinds of stuff. It supposedly gets its data from Google Maps, but it gets its traffic data from something else that I've never heard of. So I don't know how accurate that's going to be. Right now it's telling me to take a left in 2.3 miles. And I've got voice directions turned on in my headphones. So it says, in 2.3 miles, take a right on whatever road, which is kind of nice. You can also just set it to beep when you come up to a turn, which is even nicer. But since I have my friend Alice with me today, I don't want to lead us on a wild goose chase and not know exactly what I'm doing. So I've got voice directions turned on, and it seems to be working okay. Now, there's a couple of things about this Beeline Moto II that I don't quite understand. And maybe it's just because I'm not quite familiar with it yet, or maybe it's just because it sucks. I haven't decided yet. Stick with me. One thing is, when you're not actively engaged in directions, like you're not going from point A to point B or whatever, you just have the thing on, it doesn't seem to do anything except for tell you the time. Like, I would like it to show me a compass and my miles per hour and stuff like that, but it doesn't seem to do that, but I could be completely missing the point. Second thing is, and I kind of know what I'm doing when it comes to computers and apps and technology and stuff like that, it supposedly tells you what the speed limit of the road is on the little map, but I can't figure out a way to get it to show me the speed limit. So right now it just tells me, it shows me where I'm going and it shows me how far I have to the next turn, but it doesn't tell me what the speed limit is on this road. That's kind of a nice to have, and it's something that appears on Google Maps when I have my CarPlay thingy going or whatever. It'll tell you what the speed limit is, and it'll actually tell you your current speed and tell you, you're going 15 miles over the speed limit, idiot, you're going to get a ticket, slow the hell down. That's what mine tells me. I don't know. Your mileage may vary. So one of the reasons I'm making this video was that I posted about it in the YouTube post section on my channel, and I thought I was just kind of shouting into, I don't know, a valley of nothingness. But apparently, for some reason, you all saw the post. I don't know how, because I don't see posts from anyone that I follow. And so I'm really curious to see how this thing works. But anyway, I posted and I said, hey, I got this thing. I'm probably going to be returning it, but I want to make a review if anyone cares to see a review. And a bunch of y'all said, yeah, I'd love to see a review on that thing. Maybe it'll solve the problem. Problem being, you know, I want a little bit of navigation in my life. I want a little bit of technology, but I don't want another giant screen looking at me. And right now, this is accomplishing that in a big way. If there are two reasons why I would return this, and I am considering it, well, there's three reasons. First and foremost, I don't love the app. It is what it is. But I really don't like paying $4.99 a month to have the app do the goddamn things it's supposed to, which are just give me turn-by-turn voice directions in my ear. To pay $4.99 for that feels like a huge money grab to me, and I don't appreciate it. And I think I'm taking a left. Am I taking a left in 0.1 miles? It says I am, so who am I to argue? It's telling me to keep left at the fork. So I guess this is the fork and this is the left that I have to take. I don't know. Alice is probably wondering why I'm sitting here talking with my hands. The second reason that I might return this, and it's sort of in line with the first, is that the accessories for this thing are ridiculously overpriced. If you want the little charger mount that plugs into your battery so that you can keep the thing charged on the go and not have to plug it in via USB, it's like, it's just a mount that you put the thing on and it's connected to the battery. It's $60 or something like that for a little piece of plastic that you could 3D print in a cord. $60. That is, to me, friggin' ridiculous. If you want to just get a metal mount that goes on your handlebar, like over here, just a little metal mount, I think it's like $40. And to me, that's just such a slap in the face when you've already paid $249 for the device, which is overpriced. You could get it cheaper if you didn't get the metal one or something. I don't know. I just got it because I like the color and it was stupidly overpriced. So the accessories, I think, are a money grab. And I don't know. I can't stand it. The third reason is I just think the device itself is overpriced. It is nice. It's well designed. It definitely needs a little bit more work on the UI. That should definitely be a different color. The route that you're on should be a different color than everything else to make it a little bit more clear what's going on. You got a color screen, use it. There's no color on the main screen right now. I don't understand it. So there's that. If this were, let's say $129, even $150, I would say it's kind of a no-brainer. Just get it, use it when you use it, throw it in a bag when you're not using it, but the times you want it, it'll be handy. For $250, no, it's not something that you just buy and hope you'll use it once in a while. That's too expensive for just a handy gadget that you might use now and then. For $250, it's something that you should use all the time or don't buy it at all. For me, the problem that I'm trying to solve is that I just don't want, on this bike in particular, a big giant screen, because I think first of all it messes up the look of the bike, and second of all it messes up my relaxation of being on the bike, because I spend all day in front of screens. I don't want to be in front of another screen. Again, that's another reason why I really like this speedometer. It's analog for the most part. It's nothing flashing, there's nothing begging for my attention. It's just kind of nice and relaxing. Okay, that was a little dodgy because this thing is... it's a little slow to catch up. So the other thing I forgot to mention, as far as features go, I know this is all over the place, but bear with me. When you come up to a turn, there's little lights up here that blink, which is really cool, if you could see them. Right now I have it mounted in a position where it's not directly in my line of sight, so when those blink, I can't really see them. At night, I took this out the other night and went for a ride. At night, it's fantastic. You can totally see when you come up to a turn. You don't need any turn-by-turn directions on in your ears. This thing also emits a loud beep when you come up to a turn, which I can't really hear because I have pretty loud pipes and a helmet that is basically marshmallow. I have a marshmallow helmet, sure. So the lights are a nice feature, but I wouldn't rely on them unless you mounted it like up here, which I did try on my Tiger and it worked out quite nicely. But so I just got a message in my ear that said it's rerouting. I don't know, I haven't done anything, I'm just going straight. All of a sudden it said it's rerouting and it started doing some shit on the screen. That's not optimal. It's not my favorite. Alright, now it's just being a complete failure. It's rerouting me, it's telling me I've missed turns when I haven't missed any turns. I don't know what it's doing, but it's not doing the frickin' thing that it's supposed to do, which is to take me to the place I told it to take me. Why isn't it doing that? Did it want me to pay $400 to get the one that actually does the goddamn thing it's supposed to, or I don't know. What? I'll follow you. Hey Cardo, mute microphone. What the? Hey Cardo, mute microphone. Why does everything suck? Hey Cardo, mute microphone. Anyway, Alice is taking the lead now because this thing, I don't know what it was trying to tell me to do, but it wasn't anything good. So, Alice, instead of using technology, has found a star, and we're pointed at the star. That's not exactly true, but it's probably more accurate right now than whatever the hell my Beeline is doing. So, we're going with Alice's directions. It's telling me in 0.1 mile to take a left, and let's see if Alice takes a left. So maybe we are on the right track, I don't know. Let's just assume it knows what we're doing, and that it's right, and that we're going to actually reach our destination. It doesn't tell me any information on this screen about how far away we are from our destination, unless that's what that little bar is down the bottom, I don't know. So you have to go to a different screen. So I'll go to a different screen. So it's telling me I've been riding for a total of 1 hour and 40 minutes. And it looks like our arrival time is 2:11 and 60.4 miles. I don't know if that's what I've done already or if that's how far I have to go. Yeah, okay. So I still have 60 miles to go. Really? How the hell long is this ride? Now I've got a speedometer, which is nice. And I'm going to guess that that little red thing up there is the speed limit. And if I go past it, it'll warn me that I've gone past the speed limit, which appears to be 55. So we'll try that in a minute. Yeah. That's a nice feature. I just wish it were integrated somehow on... Oh, what's this screen? Oh, this is the compass with mileage and stuff. I don't know. Battery levels. Ride menu. And then we're back to the route. This is where I want to see the speed limit on this road. I'm obviously going past the speed limit now, and it's not indicating that I'm going past the speed limit. So maybe that's a setting in the app. I don't know. I looked through it. I couldn't find it. Whatever. Well, we're back on track. I think. I don't know. But as far as the fun route goes, it's starting to deliver now because this is pretty fun. Although I'm probably pushing my luck on the speed limit here, so let's calm down a little bit. All right. I've now had a combined total of maybe an hour and a half using this thing. And here's my conclusion. I still don't know whether I'm going to return it or not. I'm going to decide tomorrow when this whole trip is done and I've had a night to sleep on it. Again, it would be a no-brainer if this thing costs like 120, 150 bucks. But at $250 American, I don't know. I don't know. It solves the problem of not having a giant screen. It's very simple. I really like how simple it is. It's maybe a little too simple, and that might be the problem. It is kind of beautiful though, I have to admit. And the other problem is, I don't know what the alternative is. At this point, I'm not putting another screen back on here. I'm not putting another Chiggy or Auchi or whatever the hell they're called. A CarPlay, Android Auto type thing. I'm not putting another one back on my Scrambler. I moved the one from the Scrambler over to the Tiger because I think for long touring, it really is the best option. For my scrambling, because I'm a scrambling man, for my scrambling, I don't want that. I want something like this. I think I want this. I'm just not sure. The problem is, like I said, there's no alternative except not to have anything. I'm not putting my phone back up here. There's no other device that I know of that's quite like this, that's very simple, but gives me turn by turn and a map and all that stuff, but keeps it really small and elegant. So, at the end of the day, I'm probably going to bite the bullet and just keep the damn thing and learn to live with its deficiencies. I'll tell you, the real answer here, if I were you out there, I might wait for the Beeline Moto 3 whenever that comes out, because I really do think that this thing is one generation away from being nearly perfect. Like one generation. I never used the first generation, but I've seen videos of it, and there's definitely a marked improvement between the first version and this version. So one can only assume whenever the hell the Beeline Moto 3 comes out, whether they're even starting planning it, I have no idea, that it's going to solve a lot of problems that the Beeline Moto 2 has. And if they keep the price reasonable, I would say under $200 would be fantastic, but obviously they're not going to do that considering this one is more than $200. They're not going to release a new one that's less, because that would be bad business. But money grabs are a bad business too. And the fact that the little charger thing is $60 pisses me off to no end. And I can't forgive you, Beeline, for that. Unless you write me an email and tell me what technology and what R&D went into such a simple device that justifies the $60 price tag. I'm sorry, you kind of lost me. The $39 or whatever it is metal attachment for your handlebars, explain that to me. Explain to me why that's $39 and not, I don't know, $19, which would even still be too high priced, but at least I can understand it. I'm getting really sick of the little money grabs that companies are doing. I just got a new Cardo headset, which so far I like. It's the PackTalk Edge. And one of the reasons why I got it is because I want to be able to actually take the unit off my helmet and move it from helmet to helmet to helmet. And the PackTalk Edge lets you just buy like the speaker and the cradle to put into another helmet, so you can take this, just the unit off, and put it onto another helmet. The problem is, they want like $120 for the friggin' cradle and speakers. And let's be honest, that's probably $20 worth of material. That just feels like a huge money grab to me, and I'm getting sick of that shit. So with the Beeline, the $4.99 a month app fee, plus the overpriced accessories, plus the overpriced unit itself, I'm just feeling like, I don't know, a little ripped off, for being honest. And I'm sick of feeling ripped off. I'm gonna come back in a little while and sort of give an update on how I feel about this thing after a few more dozen miles or the end of the day or something. But right now, I'm kind of up in the air. I want to keep it. I kind of feel morally like I just want to return it. But it does solve a problem that nothing else does. So, I don't know. We'll talk about it in a little bit. Alright, I think I've come to a decision. While the Beeline Moto 2 might not be perfect, and while it might be overpriced, and while it might be a giant money grab, I've decided I like it. I decided I think I'm going to keep it. It really does solve that one problem. And maybe what happened back a few miles as far as it going off route and all that, I guess that could have been my fault. Maybe I wasn't paying attention. I don't know, because it's the past half an hour or so, it seems to have been spot on. One thing I'm noticing, one really important thing, is I'm much less distracted. I'm only looking down just to see what I need to do. I'm not looking down to switch music. I'm not looking down to, I don't know, whatever the hell else I would look down to do. It's very simple and it's very non-distracting. It's calm technology, and I think I dig it. One thing I forgot to mention, I think, early on, is one of the major downsides with this thing is it locks you into only using their app. So you can't use, say, Calimoto and have Calimoto show you directions. You can't use Scenic. You can't use Google Maps, although this does use Google Maps. You can't use Apple Maps. Any third-party app that's not the Beeline Moto app, you can't use in conjunction with this. So that's kind of a bummer. I like Waze. I hate to say it, but I like Waze. And you can't use that with this. So know that going in. I knew that going in, so I'm not going to count that against the device since I knew that. Would it be nice if they could make it so that you could use third-party maps? Sure. But I doubt that's ever going to happen. But who knows? I don't know how technology works. So I don't want to bring you to the end of a quote-unquote review video and not tell you what I think you should do, because I hate when videos are like, now it's up to you. I mean, no, yes, of course it is, but you came here to hear what I think of this thing. So if you're looking to simplify your life and your motorcycle and your navigation system and all that, and you can stomach giving these dudes $250 for a little device like this, plus all the other money grabs that they want to suck you into, then yeah, I would recommend it. If you're morally opposed to spending that much money on something like this, and you're morally opposed to overspending on the accessories, knowing that they're marked up 9,000%, this isn't for you. I think I'm gonna suck it up and keep it, because I think it's gonna improve my life and my riding and my happiness by eliminating some junk from my handlebars and just simplifying and keeping it nice and clean. But then again, this is my first rodeo with this thing, and I've got another 27 days or something to decide whether I want to return it. So right now I'm keeping it, and we'll see what happens. If that changes, I'll leave a note in the comments and say, you know what, I returned it, and here are the 10 reasons that made me decide after all to return it. But for now, I'm digging it. I'm off track, but it was totally my fault. Sorry, Alice. I must be driving her crazy. If I could just pay attention, you know, the problem isn't this, it's my ADD. I will say it does a good job of rerouting you when you screw up and completely miss the turn. So, it's got that going for it. Alright, that's probably enough of this bullshit. I'm just going to be happy with it and learn how to stop complaining so much and just appreciate the simplicity and the sort of elegance of this tiny little device that solves a problem and for the most part seems to actually do the goddamn thing it's supposed to if you pay attention to it, which I've got to learn how to do because I'm easily distracted. I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, do all that stuff. And yeah, I've got 1.5 miles to go before I have to take a right. What about you? I don't know what that means. Goodbye.